sharing their experience from tech leaders to tech leaders. This is CTO Talks.
Hello and welcome. This is Marcin Jabłonowski, and today I have a pleasure to host David Marcelino, the CIO at Mazars, Spain. Hi, David.
Hi, Marcin. Nice to meet you, and thanks for having me here today.
Awesome. Thanks for accepting the invitation. Could you please briefly introduce yourself and tell a few words about Mazars as a company?
Yeah, sure. So I work at Mazars in Spain, and professional services global firm. We are providing services like audit, tax, and legal advisory services. We are present in around 100 countries, and in Spain we are present in 7 locations, and we are around 800 employees now. And I'm leading the IT department there.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what we're going to talk today is about the transformation you introduced when you were joining Mazars. Could you please shed a light on what was the context and why you joined and what was your mission when you did that?
Yeah, sure. So basically I joined to lead the digital transformation for the firm, to actually make sure that we align with the business, so we align technology and the business to pursue exactly the same goals with all the uncertainty and all the challenges that the market and the competitors were facing. So it's all about transformation. So transformation is not a one-stop effort. It's a never-ending activity. It's partly linked to the business strategy. But sometimes from the IT, we fail to align with the business to make sure that the strategy and the challenges with the client and the market, we are actually driving or trying to help or trying to be the support for that business to succeed in the market.
Mm-hmm. And what were the ultimate goals of the transformation, even though if you haven't reached them yet, but there must have been some business goals to achieve with that transformation?
Yeah. I would say there were 3 main goals to align with the business when I joined. Were first improve the business productivity, user productivity, so to make sure that in a professional services firm where you only have or talent or technology tools to capture that talent, so to make sure that we kept the professionals as much as possible productive without any disruption. So we try to increase the productivity also by simplifying the manual repetitive routine tasks and make sure that all the IT environment was available as much as possible to foster that productivity. Second was collaboration. So the more we move from location-based teams to not only multi-local teams, but also multinational teams from many locations, working with the same type of clients across the world, and so we try to improve the collaboration between those teams, sometimes even multidisciplinary teams, and also with the client interaction. And finally, mobility. So in a world that changed and we moved from siloed and location-based activities to work from anywhere at any time. So mobility was also important for us to help the business to continue working and operating whenever the employees were located. So these were the 3 main areas where we focused on our initial journey in the digital transformation.
Okay. And how did you approach this? What was the plan? What is the plan still?
Yeah, well, actually, I came with a sort of a plan or strategy or roadmap, but then the pandemic started, and then I haven't designed any long-term strategy or IT roadmap. Basically, we moved to agile based approach to make sure that any shift in the environment, in the economy, in the market, in the competitors, in the client, we are agile and we can adapt as much as possible to the business. So instead of long-term based IT strategy, we started to move to short-term quick wins, like in the pandemic, so adapt to this kind of digital-based relationships with our clients, empower our professionals to work again from home, from anywhere. So again, productivity, mobility, collaboration, and also most important to move to a more business efficiency environment where we reduce the manual effort to perform some business operations, and also to simplify both the employee experience, so simplify the time that the employees spend interacting with IT, and second, improve the experience with the customers with more digital platforms and digital-based relationships.
So the whole transformation was focused on streamlining the technology support for the employees of Mazars, right? The consultants and managers. Am I correct?
Yeah. We found also that it was like a reactive relationship, right? And we moved to a more business aligned or more preventive activities, so that we could prevent any business and IT relationship interaction to be more simplified, more direct, and also to engage with our business stakeholders when it comes to a new business challenge, business opportunity, risk mitigation, risk detection, so that we could work with them before approaching that challenge alone. So we work together with business and IT to make sure that we together overcome those challenges, or work together to define more digital solutions for those opportunities, or we work together to mitigate any of the potential business or enterprise risks.
Okay, so as far as I know, the structure of such companies as Mazars, big consulting firms, there are multiple departments or teams that not necessarily share the same common goal, or they have different needs, yeah? And I assume that was part of the transformation to meet the needs of various stakeholders in the company. So, and maybe not always they were aligned, in a sense that they were contradictory. So how did you manage the stakeholders, various stakeholders? Because I assume the whole transformation touched the company as a whole, and you needed to balance the needs and requirements of various teams and stakeholders.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. So actually, from an IT perspective, when you define that digital transformation journey, what you want is to drive as much as share services, shared delivery, standard and integrated solutions for all the firm. However, you are right. We have audit services. We provide also tax services, legal, and not all have the same needs, the same client challenges or opportunities. So initially, we tried to define some very basic and common and transversal IT services and solutions. However, just for the core, then we went to one step further to define service line specific solutions, which were completely different from legal, for lawyers, for accountants, so that we could benefit them from standard integrated core IT solutions like productivity, email, collaboration, and so on. However, when we approach a more business client relationship regulation as well, we tried to define service line specific solutions for every service line, because you're right, the needs are so different. The regulation and the because we are a highly regulated firm, so it makes things even difficult from audit, legal. So we try to define this kind of adaptable roadmap for every single service line in alignment with the different and respective business stakeholders.
Mm-hmm. And like before the process and during, did you come up with some KPIs that you measured before and had a specific plan to improve them? And if so, what were the KPIs, and how did it go with achieving the goals?
Yeah, well, actually at the beginning we had no much KPIs to measure because most of our work was based in offline relationships. So the more that we moved to online relationships and online business operations, were able to start measuring to the financial KPIs and then demonstrate that we could help the business to thrive with maybe cost reduction, if not drive more business revenue, or if not mitigating risks, so that we could measure every single IT delivered project, what were the outcomes, but most important, what were the business metrics that we benefit thanks to that project execution. Most of the times we're reducing costs, simplified, but also generating more business opportunities or revenue, and also most of the times try to mitigate risks to help the business to do not enter into disruption or manage this kind of issues that could affect the business productivity.
Mm-hmm. Okay, just for me to confirm, as part of your role, I assume it's IT operations, like standard IT running, but is it also software development or custom integration or any kind of development part?
Yeah, we provide an end-to-end IT services delivery from operations, so infrastructure, workplace support, also solutions delivery, applications, architecture, also network and telecommunications, and finally cybersecurity as well. So we provide end-to-end services delivery, which includes also software and applications delivery and architecture.
Okay. When you mentioned that you started introducing agile as part of the better collaboration between business and IT, did it also include IT operations, or is it only like for the software delivery?
Yeah, just for. Well, actually, we have just one recent example of a large and complex project where we have introduced the agile methodology, not for IT operations. The IT operations remain somehow traditional IT operations delivery.
This is where I was getting with my question, but it's fine because I wanted to ask, how you managed to introduce agile in this more process-oriented IT kind of IT operations.
Yeah, more than agile, what we have introduced into IT operations is productive and automation and automated and digital workflows to help the business operations and also reduce the amount of waste time from the users when they have an IT need. Because in operations, you want to reduce as much as possible you want to reduce the number of interactions from the business with IT operations, because that means that they have an issue. But if they have an issue, you want to reduce the amount of incident restoration time. So you can help doing that by introducing automation, productivity analysis, and also workflow automation. But not agile, to be honest. So for agile, we introduce more on the project and application delivery.
I'm also curious how you structured this kind of relationship, because very often in such companies, let's say the business users, they also handle certain IT tasks themselves. Meaning, for instance, they can use Power BI or other reporting tools to generate reports, work on the databases. And for instance, with automation, very often business users can tackle simple or sometimes even more complex automation tasks. And how does it work in your case? So, very often it's like that. The two situations I can imagine. IT is only an enabler, provides platforms, so gives access to Power BI or Power Automate to the users, and the users deal with it themselves. Or sometimes companies tend to centralize all tasks that involve any kind of development, like generating reports, so they have BI teams or automation experts. So how does it work in Mazars' case?
That's a good question. We try to balance the best of the two scenarios that you have described. So basically, we don't want to be a blocker, so we want to enable the business. So most of the times IT is a bottleneck. So if a user can do something by themselves that can improve the day-to-day activities and business operations, that's good, as long as it's under a controlled environment. So we take care about the security, data privacy, and infrastructure and application availability. So as long as this happens under a controlled environment, we are more than happy to leave some business stakeholders or users that are quite advanced in using those automation routines and dashboards and etc. However, like to making sure that they couldn't impact in the rest of the IT environments, and obviously taking care about the data privacy and other regulations or information security related topics.
All right. You also mentioned, and I think it's quite obvious, that the business Mazars is in is a highly regulated business with a lot of compliance risk constraints. And I think it even more applies to the clients of Mazars, which are, I assume, in most cases, big enterprises which have their own constraints and regulations. And how do you, I would say, blend it or merge it with agile methodology and this kind of approach to innovation and closer collaboration between, let's say, business needs and IT, to maintain this kind of compliant, to be still compliant, the solutions that are being developed?
I would say it's horrible because when it comes to innovation, agility, acceleration, you want to help the business to be as much as agile as possible to respond to any market shift. However, you are right, in a highly regulated environment where we manage critical and sensitive information from our clients, we have to make sure that anything that we define is based on a strong information security, compliance, and risk-free environment. So this could accelerate the innovation, and this could add some challenges to the innovation teams. However, again, we try to balance both, and we try to make sure that the baseline, the foundation is security, data privacy, data governance, and with strong policies, strong procedures, and even stronger evidences of that, so we can show to our clients or regulators that we are strict with anything we do, but also, again, in that control environment, allowing innovation at the speed, at the pace that they need to align with the business changes. But it's so difficult because sometimes you need to identify some of the risks that you could face or you can be exposed to if you decide to go to any solution that goes faster than your policies or your regulations can meet. But yeah, sometimes you need to make sure that you address or at least you identify all the risks and you are making decisions based on risk exposure rather than...
Okay, that's quite interesting. So what's your approach to risk management, risk mitigation and identification in this case, especially if you have more agile where you don't have like a full control of everything that's going on? Potentially you do, but not in very details, where you leave some autonomy to the teams working on a certain solution, So how do you approach the risk management?
Yeah, for me, and for the IT team, and also for the business, the risk management practice is so strong. We have a very strong, we are so conscious about managing the enterprise risk, because one thing that we have also achieved is moving to from IT related risks to enterprise risk. So IT risks are not IT related risks anymore. It's an enterprise risk. We have seen many times that a risk could impact the business productivity, business reputation, and business resilience. So we manage every single risks. We manage all the mitigations before we start with any project, any solution design. We identify the risks, the impact, the the potential scenarios that we could face if we accept that risk as accepted by the business or not. So we have a strong risk management practice, and we manage every single risk in any project that we initiate, and also in operations, in business continuity, and transformation and growth, because not only to meet the regulations and to meet our compliance standards, but also to demonstrate that we take this very, very seriously, and we are we are actually a risk oriented organization. We take seriously the risks, because the impact that you could face if some of those risks are actually impacting your business.
Mm-hmm. All right. So one of the biggest challenges in any kind of transformation is to maintain the business continuity of what's working now, while trying to grow and innovate and change. Yeah. So what are the biggest challenges in Mazars' case with maintaining this business continuity with the growth?
One of the examples is that while putting the focus in the business continuity and make sure the business can operate under normal conditions, we also built a couple of years ago an innovation team with business representatives, so people that are curious, that are willing to explore new things, that they want to move ahead from the regular operations, and they have some also digital technology mindset, together with IT teams in multidisciplinary innovation teams that define together some potential solutions, ideas, new products, new services to overcome either business operations challenges or client relationship challenges. And as a result from that innovation team, we have been able to drive some innovative solutions to the business, while we have maintaining their operations, their continuity, and not to be probably not too aggressive and not too ambitious, right? So just try to define quick wins or easy delivery pieces for the business that could make us to go one step further, right? So in that highly regulated environment, you can maybe not go from 1 to 100 innovation in a short time. What do you need is to test, to prototype, to make sure that this innovation solution adds value to the business, and replace by the existing solution with the appropriate change and adoption period, to make sure that you don't interrupt the business, but you introduce something new that then can drive transformation across the business.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you also mentioned previously that the goal was not only to improve the employee experience, so how the teams and business teams work, but also to have it an impact on the customers of Mazars. Can you give an example of like what improved or how customers benefited from this transformation?
Yes, we have introduced some cloud-based solutions which allow the business stakeholders and the clients to improve the relationship. Some examples I could introduce is workspaces that where both the business teams, the project team, and the clients, they can exchange information. They can collaborate in the documentation from the project or service. They can reduce the amount of email attachments to exchange as many information needed for the project. So introducing those cloud-based workspaces into a secure cloud environment, we have improved the relationship with the client when it comes to share all the documentation, documents, and evidences for an audit or any other service, which also allowing productivity and collaboration between both. So, and also we are introducing more client-related platforms to help the business to reduce the amount of effort needed to define the project structure, define deadlines, define tasks across the teams, to also benefit the client, to have visibility on the overall project structure, the team members, the needed activities for the project to be successful, in a cloud-based secure environment again, but also try to reduce again the manual, or the offline relationship between our business teams and their clients.
And for this kind of, let's say, project management, did you use any off-the-shelf tool? And can you reveal the name, or was it some proprietary thing?
We have many different tools. We have also partnered with many solution suppliers in the market, but also we have combined with internal developed solutions. So we like to combine both because sometimes you can introduce some market solutions for core common business challenges. However, for some of them, you need to introduce some maybe internal developed applications or solutions that can benefit any specific business need for a particular service line, which cannot be resolved by any of the market available solutions.
Okay. You also mentioned, I'm sorry for jumping back and forth. You also mentioned that you introduced a lot of automation in the company. Can you give an example of a process or a manual repetitive task that you replaced with some automation?
Yes,
that, that the company benefited the most. Probably that's interesting.
Yeah. The company benefit the most. There's an example of one of the business activities we spent in the past most of the time was with the signature of contracts, proposals, reports from our clients. So we introduced the electronic document management workflow and signature, right, in an online world. That meant that all the activities related to receive a document, a report, a contract, print that document, get the signature from the partner or the manager, scan the document, send it back to the client, the client print that, sign the contract. So the print effort, attachment, email effort, and the manual labor, repetitive routing effort was reduced when we introduced an automated electronic signature workflow solution, which then allows an automated electronic signature between any business stakeholders, any client stakeholders, with automated reminders, automated final contract or report distribution across all the signature individuals. So this has reduced a lot the manual effort and the costs as well of that particular activity, which is quite common in the professional services firm with audit and legal services involved.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, I mean, every transformation is a change, and a change is never a walk in the park, how well you plan it, regardless of how well you plan it. What were the biggest challenges at the beginning when you joined and when you tried to introduce certain improvements? And maybe what are the biggest challenges you are facing now?
Thanks to my past experience, I had some very, very bad experiences with introducing new IT technology solutions to the business without taking care about the user adoption, change management part. So this made me realize that change management adoption is key for the success of every single IT project delivery. So what we try now is we put a lot of effort in the change awareness training journey of the project. Sometimes even more than the technology solution itself, because you can choose any large, medium scale technology solution which you believe or the business believe that it will drive a lot of value. However, if you don't make sure that the users take the most benefit of that solution, they understand the benefits, they move from the first reaction when someone introduces you a change, like, no, that's not for me, I will not use it, and so, okay, I have to use it, then, I enjoy using it, and finally, with the full adoption, it's like, I see the benefits of that new solution compared with the previous one. That means that in every single IT project, we introduce a change management component, which involves business stakeholders, sometimes business ambassadors, we put a lot of effort in training, in awareness, different campaigns to more all company workshops, to service line specific meetings or training campaigns to make sure that every single business stakeholder navigate through the change management adoption curve with the lower resistance possible. Just because I have seen many IT projects failing because of that lack of focus in the change management component. So at the end, now we have seen many project successes thanks to the engagement and commitment and buy-in from the business stakeholders, but because we had to navigate through the change adoption curve.
Okay. So I assume this is a challenge you faced previously, and now you, in Mazars, you adopted, let's say, lessons learned from that experience. And I'm guessing it worked well now.
Yeah, but most of the times we have still some challenges when it comes to resistance and understanding all the benefits of a solution. But again, we try to be open or flexible to spend as much as time needed with training, adoption, get this partnership with our business stakeholders to go with them along the project. So not I would say not all the times we succeed as we wish to succeed, but we are more open to spend as much as time needed with them. And sometimes we see the results, and we see a project succeed thanks to the business support and the benefit if they understand for themselves what are the benefits of that solution.
And how about agile adoption? How did it go? Because usually when, like, historically where companies used to work in a silo kind of manner, where there was business or multiple businesses, an IT department, the shift to agile mindset has been usually quite painful. And how did it go in this case? Because it's not that common, especially among business, to understand the difference. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's not that common. In some industrialized and highly mature environments, you can introduce. Some of them have already introduced many years ago the agile methodology for even large and complex projects. We have introduced that methodology in the recent ERP transformation project. So we were instead of trying to deliver end-to-end the project with IT and lower business engagement and define, all the massive rollout in one day with the previous training, UAT phases, and so on. Instead, we have introduced a new discovery, requirements alignment journey with every single business stakeholder that has a relationship with the ERP. So make sure that they could define what are the needs, what they didn't like from the previous ERP solution, what they need in the new solution, so that we could help them to define their own business requirement, and I'm talking about from every single service line, to make sure that we define the appropriate project scope, pretty aligned with the business needs, and they are part of the project. They are part of the agile team, and we enable some of the early stage delivery, so they could test in a pretty much advance before the rollout is planned, so they can fine tune and let us know if they find any issue, any functional design failure, any look and feel failure that we could fix before the massive rollout. With that, you somehow guarantee that whenever you are delivering in one of the project delivery stages, it's completely aligned with the business expectations. That is something that agile methodology helps you to achieve by engaging very, very early stage with the business stakeholders and make them part of the project, not in silos, in a multidisciplinary teams, that they can collaboratively defining how the ERP should look like rather than letting IT assume what they think it should look like. But it's hard to introduce and complex, even more for more mature organizations and in large and complex projects. It's difficult, but at the end, if you realize the benefits and the business value comes very much in our earlier stage, rather than define one massive rollout of an IT project delivery. Because if you fail, then you need to go back many steps, and that means that business interruption and business insatisfaction it's introduced, and that's not something you would like to expect.
All right. You also mentioned, which is something that is part of your role, and this is a big deal nowadays, and this is cybersecurity. Yeah. So, how do you manage cybersecurity and make sure that everything that's being developed or any new tools or processes being introduced are secure? And one more question in addition to that, do you have like a dedicated CISO that takes care of that, or this is you?
Yeah, the first question, it's also you need to engage with the business so that they understand that sometimes you cannot go as agile or as accelerated as they wish. You want to make sure that the security, data privacy is guaranteed for every single project. That adds some form of complexity, but again, it adds some risk mitigation component, which at the end benefits the business. So we have a very strong cybersecurity practice as a baseline. So by design, we want to deliver any application infrastructure, network, or workplace IT service delivery with a strong cybersecurity, data governance, and privacy component. First, because we are regulated, we need to demonstrate that. Second, because we have many information security accreditations that we like to continue having. And third, because our clients' confidence, so that the clients are confident that we take care about their data. We take so seriously data privacy, cybersecurity in every single service that we deliver. So it's again a strong practice, a huge effort and investment in every single cybersecurity area, not only in the cybersecurity capabilities when it comes to technology solutions to detect, prevent, and respond to cybersecurity threats, but also in the user awareness. So the user play a key role there. So we also invest a lot. We put a lot of effort in training campaigns, in cybersecurity awareness, in making the business stakeholders part of that common and detection, prevention, and response capabilities. So it's the combination of both is technology solutions, capabilities for cybersecurity protection, but also engage with the business. And second, I am the CISO in the organization, but also we have a strong capability, external expert teams from more operational cybersecurity to more risk management, governance, and data privacy components. So we can together deliver that high level of cybersecurity posture that we that our business need in reality.
Okay, but is it like external to IT or external to Mazars? Is it something you outsource or?
Yeah, it is something we outsource because one, cybersecurity talent is a challenge today. So find, recruit, and retain the cybersecurity talent, it's a pain. So and also the cybersecurity threats are evolving all the time. So it's also quite difficult for us to internally make sure that we are up to date for any new risk or cybersecurity threat exposure. So that is where we partner with an outsourced expert supplier that can deliver the end-to-end cybersecurity capabilities that we need today, but also tomorrow and during the journey to come, which it's again keeping up to date and be able to respond to any new threat that comes to the field.
You mentioned very interesting thing, talent. Yeah, so I mean, it's not only probably cybersecurity talent that's quite difficult to attract. how do you attract IT talent in Spanish market? I assume it's going through the same challenges as anywhere else in the world, where getting the best people is difficult and it's expensive usually. So how do you approach this?
It's difficult, it's expensive, but you need to have a strong employment proposition for the joiners to make sure that they from Mazars or Mazars strategy when it comes to talent, not only IT but also for the businesses, showing that Mazars is a school of talent, is a school where you can develop yourself and spend with a really attractive career opportunity for you. For IT more specific, it's so difficult to attract the best talent, and the only way that you can attract is offering not only a short, medium term offering, but also long-term journey where they can develop, they can apply for the appropriate training, career developments that they aspire to, and also combine it with engaging them with attractive projects, attractive business opportunities, so they feel that they are not seen as IT isolated department, but also they are part of something much bigger. They can propose or they can help to define innovation, they can define new ideas. That is the way that we would like to retain the talent, by offering them that they are much more than just IT, and they are part of something bigger, and they are also a strong business relationship stakeholders. But again, it's difficult also in technology, where there's a high level of turnover. Also, most of the IT talent, they like to go to bigger technology consultancy firms. So retaining those for professional services firms, it's difficult, but we are happy, we are satisfied. We have the best talent for IT department, for our business, but it's because we invest in them. We invest a lot in their career development. We make them part of the business successes or opportunities.
All right, slowly wrapping up. Based on your experience here at Mazars and previously, what are the key takeaways of, let's say, leading such a transformation program? And some advice you would like to share with your peers or someone that needs to go through a similar process soon. So some things to watch out for, to avoid, or to do.
Yeah. I would mention three. First is it has to be with the soft skills, so empathy, active listening. So make sure that you listen to your business stakeholders. You spend as much time as possible with them in the same place, the same desk. See how do we interact with IT in the daily activities? How do we interact with the clients? What are the pain points that they face? So that's the only way that you can digest and understand what are they expecting from IT, so that it comes with active listening, empathy, and being a strong allied and a strong trusted advisor in front of your business. That is first. Second is try to be as much as agile as possible, adapt to uncertainty, be able to manage unexpected shifts from the market, from the business, from the competitors. So moving from the long-term strategy IT roadmaps for 3 years, so that doesn't work anymore in the current scenario. So try to deliver as much as quick wins as possible. Try to think about small steps towards major achievements that is rated with agility, and be able to manage or be confident yourself in uncertain and volatile environments. And finally, I would also advise that you take decisions based on risk assessment. So play a key role in the risk management, risk assessment. So when you are making the strategic decision or complex decision, you have also analyzed all the risks that are involved in that decision, and not only the business benefits, cost reduction, revenue generation, but also risk mitigation is really important, because will have an impact later, a negative impact in the cost, revenue, or risk exposure. That will be my three advice for anyone that would like to define a digital transformation journey in today's environment.
All right, David. Many thanks. It's been a pleasure hosting you today. I hope our viewers are going to benefit or have something for them from it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Sharing their experience from tech leaders to tech leaders. This is CTO Talks.